Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your January the 26th just for today in a meditation. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. Okay, the title of the meditation is Self-centeredness. The spiritual part of our disease is our total self-centeredness. That comes from the basic text, page 20. What is self-centeredness? It is our belief that the world revolves around us. Our wishes, our demands are the only ones worth consideration. Our self-centered minds believe they are capable of getting everything they want if only they would be left to their own devices. Self-centeredness assumes total self-sufficiency. We say that self-centeredness is the spiritual part of our disease because the self-centered mind cannot conceive of anything greater or more important than itself. But there is a spiritual solution to our spiritual malady. The 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. The steps lead us away from self-centeredness and toward God-centeredness. We strip away our delusion of self-sufficiency, by admitting our own powerlessness and seeking the aid of a power greater than ourselves. We acknowledge the bankruptcy of our self-righteousness by admitting we've been wrong, making amends, and seeking knowledge of what's right from the God of our understanding. And we deflate our overwhelming sense of self-importance by seeking to serve others, not only ourselves. The self-centeredness afflicting our spirit can be treated with a spiritual solution, the 12 steps. Just for today, my guidance and my strength comes from a higher power, not from my own self. I will practice the 12 steps to become more God-centered and less self-centered. Ooh, tongue-tied with that one today, but this is a beautiful meditation. Let's go ahead and, if you don't mind, let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. I really like this meditation. I really do. This is one of those meditations, to tell you the truth, it gives me goosebumps. And the reason why is it feels like it is somewhat profound to me, that is so simple that it's profound. It touches a part of my spirit that I don't believe has been touched by the Just for Today in a meditation like this in a long time. If you could see me, I'm rolling up my sleeves right now because this is something that, it's amazing to me the way that it's worded, and I'll share it with you so that you have a clear picture. Okay. In this second paragraph, well, let's go to the first one right there. Self-centeredness assumes total self-sufficiency. The majority of the time when I think about self-centeredness, all I really think about is that I think about myself. I put what I need, what I want before the needs and wants of anyone else. When I read that sentence, self-centeredness assumes total self-sufficiency. Now, I personally would have said self-centeredness assumes total preoccupation, right? I'm totally preoccupied with myself. I would not have said self-sufficiency because For me, self-centeredness didn't necessarily include this ideal that I can get what I want when I want it without the help of others. My disease of addiction included other people buying into what I said I needed or wanted. And if they didn't buy into it, it required for me to manipulate them to get them to where I needed them to be so that I could have what I want. I never thought of that as self-sufficiency, but it is. It is because instead of relying upon a higher power, the God of my own understanding, I am dependent now upon my own self, my own ability to be a con artist, my own ability to maneuver people into doing what I need them to do, rather than taking that need or that desire to the God of my own understanding. That to me is profound. And I get it. I get it. Now, there's another sentence in here that I want to discuss. This one right here. The steps lead us away from self-centeredness and toward God-centeredness. This is a true statement. However, it can become true in minuscule ways along the road of recovery. There's a lot of people that never get to the point of being God-centered in the true sense of the word, or even God-reliant, higher power reliant, positive energy reliant. There are many people that never get to that state. And it makes me wonder if there's truly been a level of acceptance that they suffer from the disease of addiction. Because the disease of addiction is obsession and compulsion. And when I am obsessing on self and when I am compulsing for self, I am not God-centered. I am self-centered, correct? So it makes me wonder that when people struggle, because we're humans, right? We are going to fail periodically. We're fallible, in other words. So it makes me believe that when people are struggling to get some ground underneath their recovery, that they have not truly accepted that they are suffering from a disease called addiction and what comes with that. That there's something still within them that says that I can do this and I will do this. But you know what? Every time they step out to do it, something falls apart. They hit the ground. Something goes down that throws them off. And you know why it throws them off? Because they did not calculate for their humanness. They did not calculate for the disease of addiction. They did not calculate that humans err. We cannot 100% of the time have the right answer. And there was not that calculation for that. In other words, instead of being God-centered or higher power-centered, they in and of themselves have become their own God. They in and of themselves have become their own higher power. And in the simplest sense, there is no way a human being can live up to that level of expectations all of the time. We have to deflate our overwhelming sense of self-importance by seeking to train ourselves to help other people, to train ourselves to think about what's going on with the next person. We have to do it by practicing it. It does not come naturally. Just as sure if you held your breath for 3 minutes, if you could do that, you would eventually gasp for air. It is in your inclination, in your human instinct to want to live. So, what I'm saying is that you will naturally want to take care of yourself. You will naturally want to seek self first, self-interest first. There is a piece of self-centeredness that is so natural to us that we don't even recognize. I wake up in the morning, I need to relieve myself, go to the bathroom, I need a drink of water, I need to wash my body, my mind, and get ready for the day. There's a part of self-caring that, even though we don't want to use the word self-centered, taking care of ourselves is in a sense, self-centered, but not in a negative way. For us in recovery, we have turned it into negativity, to the exclusion of anyone else's well-being. And that's what we have to stop doing. That's what we have to practice. Telling ourselves, no, it's not about me. The world is not revolving around me right now. This is about the next person. This is about me paying it forward. This is about me showing up to a commitment that I said I would do and actually doing it. You know, family, I could go on and on and on about this. But the spiritual part of our disease is the total self-centeredness, total self-centeredness. Let's come away from being totally self-centered. Let's move into the realm of self-caring, but allowing a percentage of this, being that we are, to care for other people. You will feel so much better about yourselves. I know I do. When I do service work, people think, oh, that is amazing. She does that. No, I get a feeling of well-being. And I feel good. I have a spirit of gratitude when I can say, today I did something for another human being. I want you to do that for yourself today. Have a beautiful day. Have a wonderful day. Make January 26th the most beautiful day that you have ever lived, on purpose, intentionally. I have faith in you. I know you can do it. And I will be talking to you tomorrow.